more transparency and flexibility for your shipping process. This plugin clearly displays partial and collective deliveries directly in the shopping cart. Let's take a look at the key features. Our plugin automatically splits orders into partial shipments based on rules. Define your own shipping costs and delivery times for each shipment, manage each order item separately, and control cancellations flexibly for each partial shipment. We are now on the home page of the Shopware administration. In the first step, we open the plugin configuration by navigating to Extensions, My Extensions, and clicking Configure on the plugin. Here we can activate the plugin and define whether the heading Delivery 1 of 1 inch should be displayed when only one delivery exists. And here we come to one of the core features of the plugin. The collective delivery option can be activated here. Once enabled, customers can decide whether their order should be shipped as separate partial deliveries or as a single combined delivery. Below that, we can define the default option that is pre-selected in the shopping cart. In the next step, we configure how shipping costs should be calculated for partial deliveries. 3 options are available: calculate shipping costs for each delivery separately, always use the highest shipping cost, or apply the highest shipping cost only when specific rules are met. For this demonstration, we use the default option, calculate for every delivery. Here we can define a rule that is used when the third shipping cost calculation option is selected. This allows the highest shipping cost to be applied only when specific conditions are met. If the option allow only one uniform shipping method for all deliveries is enabled, all partial deliveries must use the same shipping method. In addition, we can define rules that use the entire shopping cart value as the basis for shipping cost calculation instead of calculating shipping costs separately for each partial delivery. We can also configure an information message that notifies customers about changes to shipping methods within partial deliveries. In our example, we choose to display which shipping method was changed for which partial delivery. Next, we define how shipping price rules should be validated. The validation can be based either on the entire shopping cart or on individual deliveries. Finally, we can specify the maximum length of the description text displayed for non-selected shipping methods during checkout. In the next section, we configure the cancellation settings for orders and partial deliveries. Here we can define exactly for which statuses cancellations should no longer be allowed. For example, we can prevent a delivery from being cancelled once a delivery has already been partially shipped or is currently being processed. It is also possible to activate the cancellation requested status for orders and deliveries. We have now configured the basic settings and are saving them. Let's move on to the partial delivery rules. To do so, navigate to Settings, Extensions, and open Partial Delivery. Next, select the menu item, Partial Delivery Rules. Here you can see 2 default rules that are included with the plugin. The first partial delivery rule is used for available products with a stock level after the order greater than or equal to 0. The second partial delivery rule is used for products that are no longer available, where the stock level after the order falls below 0. This automatically separates available and unavailable items into different deliveries. Now let's take a closer look at one of the partial delivery rules. First, you can define an internal ID, an internal name, and activate the rule. Next, we specify the condition that determines when this partial delivery rule should be applied. In our example, the rule is triggered when the stock level after the order is greater than or equal to 0. This ensures that all available products are automatically assigned to this delivery. Next, we can assign a priority to the rule and define additional delivery settings. For example, the partial delivery can be split further if the ordered quantity exceeds the available stock. In our case, this is not required because the rule already separates available and unavailable products automatically. It is also possible to create a separate delivery for each order item. For this demonstration, however, we keep the default configuration and do not split the delivery any further. Next, we can define a rule that enables free shipping for this partial delivery. We can also add a custom information text for customers, which will be displayed directly in the storefront. And finally, we can optionally restrict the available shipping methods for this partial delivery. This ensures that only the selected shipping methods are available in the storefront. For example, we can limit this delivery to express shipping only. After that, we save the rule and the configuration is complete. Let's now take a look at the configuration in the storefront. For this demonstration, we have already added 2 products to the shopping cart. At the top, the customer can choose between standard partial delivery and collective delivery. As configured earlier in the plugin settings, standard partial delivery is pre-selected by default. As you can see, the products are automatically split into two deliveries. The first delivery contains the available items, while the second delivery contains the unavailable items. We can also see the individual delivery times, the custom information text, and the shipping methods assigned to each delivery. In this case, only express shipping is available for the first delivery because we restricted the shipping methods in the partial delivery rule. For the second delivery, we did not restrict the shipping methods. We can also see that the shipping costs are calculated separately for each delivery. This reflects the configuration we defined earlier, where shipping costs are charged individually for every partial delivery. If we now switch to collective delivery, we can see that all products are combined into a single delivery. Regardless of their availability, the items are shipped together. Optimize your shipping processes with our plugin. Create transparency for your customers and improve their shopping experience. Gain more control over every order and increase efficiency.